Halloween's canceled, there's no trick-or-treating, there's no spooky, there's no haunts, there's no nothing. At least that was our reaction a few months ago, before things drastically changed. So coming to Orlando, we're going to get this really amazing, brand new event that's going to ensure socially distanced haunts and scares and trick-or-treating and everything else, all in this brand new COVID-19 world. What I'm talking about is ScreamNStream. It's coming down to the south just a little bit, down in Kissimmee, down at the Boggy Creek Airboat Adventures area. So, still in Orlando, still a bit close, but with Halloween Horror Nights and Hallow Scream and every other Halloween event canceled in the area, this is going to be our spooky season, and it's going to be cool. We were fortunate enough to get invited out to come check out ScreamNStream earlier this week, actually, and just to see what the event's all about. Now, it's still in progress. They are still constructing all of the haunts and the scares and the scenes and the sets, and it's still a work in progress. They don't open for another few weeks. The event will actually run from September 25th to October 31st, right for Halloween. So with them not opening up for a few more weeks, there's still a lot of work to do. But they wanted us to come down and come check it out, get an idea of what to expect in this brand new world of this brand new socially distanced haunt environment. This hasn't been done before. This is the first time, and it's cool. It's wild. It's very different. Now, I'm still new to the entire haunt scene. I've only been doing Horror Nights at Universal for 2 years now, which doesn't seem like a lot, and I agree, it's not a lot. I've always been very much afraid. I sleep with a nightlight. I don't like Halloween stuff, so after 2 years ago with Horror Nights, though, my entire mood and persona has changed, and I love it. It's great. So having a year off of spooky, I'm a little bit but ScreamNStream is doing everything they can to still make sure that we have some kind of haunted events. But like I said, I'm a bit of a scaredy cat, and I still am to a point. So having an event that's not only going to bring some scares, but just bring a really cool and creepy environment is going to be really wild. Like I said, it's happening down at Boggy Creek Airboat Adventures, which is way down in Kissimmee. I'll put the address down here on the bottom somewhere because I don't have it written down and I will get to it. But Boggy Creek Airboat Adventures is literally, it's in the middle of nowhere. So as you're driving to it, the last sign of civilization you're going to see is a CVS pharmacy. And then beyond that, it's going to be a one-lane each-way road. So I guess two-lane road? Whatever. Just out to Boggy Creek where the road dead ends. So the last thing you're going to see before actually heading into Boggy Creek Airboat Adventures to park is a dead-end sign, which is cool. So then the ScreamNStream Haunted Trail is actually going to be a drive-through haunted event, which is wild. So you're going to stay in your car. You're going to be able to be socially distanced in your car away from any of the performers or actors or scare actors or spooks or haunts, right in the comfort of your own car. They're also going to be doing a trick-or-treating trail before all the spooks happen, so you can bring your kids down, you can bring the family down. It's an all-ages event. Be able to go through their trail without any spooks, no spooky, and just get treats. They're calling it the Drive-Thru trick-or-treat event. It'll be happening from 5:30 to 6:15 p.m. every night of the event. So that's every Friday and Saturday from September 25th through October 31st. It's going to be $50 per vehicle. Not per person, per vehicle. So keep that in mind. You can have up to 8 people in the vehicle as well. So if you want to load up your car with people, make sure they all have a seatbelt. That is a requirement. So you can't just load up the pickup of a truck and come drive through. No, they all need to have a seatbelt. But if you want to go rent like a Suburban or a Yukon and bring it down, the more the merrier. Come on down. And then the premiere event that they are doing is called the Night at the Die-In Haunted Drive-Thru. And that is going to be from 7 p.m. to 11 p.m. every Friday and Saturday during the event nights as well. And that cost is also going to be $50 per car. Up to 8 people, they each need to have seatbelts. They're also doing one more interesting event because I'm not going to lie to you guys, it's a bit of a hike out to Boggy Creek Airboat Adventures. It's like an hour drive from Epcot. It's a long drive. But they're going to reward you with an evening full of fun, haunted activities, Halloween activities. So not only are you going to be able to do that drive-thru, you're going to be able to do trick-or-treat and the haunted drive-thru, and then maybe an airboat ride too. We found out just recently that they are doing haunted airboat rides, which is great. $25 per person. You'll be seated with other people, socially distanced, of course, don't worry. But they're going to take you out and show you a bunch of the nightlife because it's on a lake. It's on a gigantic lake. And they're going to guarantee that you will see alligators and some of the nightlife of the area, which is wild. It's crazy. I've never been on an airboat before. And for 25 bucks, awesome. I'm gonna go on an airboat, absolutely. So they're trying to make a full evening out of it. And what would a full evening be without some food, right? They're gonna, according to the website, they're gonna have pizza fries. Which, if you've been to Halloween Horror Nights any of the last few years, you know that pizza fries are a glorious creation from God himself. They're also gonna have pizza tots, and then they said bacon ranch fries and bacon ranch tots, and specialty non-alcoholic drinks. I haven't been able to confirm if they're doing alcoholic beverages or not, but I don't think that alcohol and a drive-through event are gonna be in the same mode here. Like, that doesn't make any sense to me. Any discounts? I know, being a pass holder and everything around here, one of the things we first ask is discounts. You know, do you do Tables in Wonderland? Do you do annual pass hold? They do. They do discounts. Right now, you're looking at any essential personnel, you're going to get $5 off the cost. So it's going to be $45, and the same will come in for the cost if you have any annual pass in the area. Universal, SeaWorld, Disney, show that AP card to them, you're going to get $5 off. It'll also be $45. So, with all the semantics and everything else out of the way, let's actually go ahead and discuss the event. I would have recorded this down as we were invited. It was this past Wednesday we went down. It was pouring the entire night. It was not ideal filming conditions. But we did get a preview of everything that would be available. There's an entire middle relaxation lounge area where they said you'll be able to purchase some of these specialty food and beverage offerings. Over to the side, it's going to be, so it's a big circle. One side is the airboat rentals up along the lake, and the other side is going to be the entrance to the haunted drive-thru event. Like I said, a bunch of foods you're going to have, but there's also I mean, for regular Boggy Creek adventure, they have a, I don't want to say pit, but it's an alligator enclosure with a bunch of baby alligators, and that's cool. They were pretty cool. There was a whole bunch of gators on there. Airboat rides were taken out from the side, and I mean, I can tell you quite bluntly, being down there at night, we were down there a little after 9 o'clock, between 8 and 9, we left by 10 p.m. It's dark. It is dark as. So these airboat adventures out into the blissful, unaware darkness that is Florida on a lake in the middle of nowhere is going to be unsettling in itself. It's really cool. And then as for the main event, the night at the die-in, this was wild. So I've only done 2 years of Horror Nights at Universal, so my experience with the haunted attractions is very minimal. I don't understand like Hollow Scream or any of these other events. For the most part, my stuff is from Universal. So I'm used to seeing IPs, I'm not used to seeing a lot of original ideas, so we'll take it. We'll take what we can get. This original idea is going to be driving through. You're going to literally drive through the silver screen into this adventure that's going to unfold. And it's really, really wild. They're claiming it to be a slasher flick that you're going to drive through. And you kind of encounter some of the locals along the way who have knives and axes, and they're tearing apart bodies and everything else. It gets a bit gory. But then you also have the teenagers that are mixed up in it who are just trying to survive and escape. You know, when we went, we only saw a few of the scenes. Like I said, they are in active construction, and they are actively working to construct more scenes and get more people hired and finish off this entire event. They said at the end product is going to be about a 15-minute experience, and judging from what they already presented to us, it's awesome. It's absolutely spectacular. It's not like anything you've experienced before, and I think that's the big key here. They're not going for all the crazy in-your-face hits like Universal does in a lot of their houses. They're doing a lot more of the atmospheric and a lot more of the creepy Halloween vibes in that kind of respect. It's built on an old RV campground, so it's a big circle out there, and there's a lot of scenes, and it's covered. It's covered in overgrown trees, and it just creates this really eerie backdrop, especially when paired with a bunch of LED lights. It's dark, it's eerie, it's ominous, and it's definitely just, it's cool. It is an absolutely just creepy and haunted atmosphere. And then you toss in the scare actors, and then you toss in these sets and the music and the sounds and everything else, and that's where it really amplifies. What we saw this last week was not a finalized product by any means, and it shows that, but it shows the potential for a product like this to work, and not just work, but work well. I did tweet out there, I'm like, people aren't expecting how cool this is going to be, and I 100% agree that it's going to be cooler than it is going to be scary. Unsettling, weird, creepy, ominous, absolutely, but most of all, it's just going to be cool. At this point in the COVID-19 world, I'm going to take cool over totally scary or spooky or in-your-face haunt. Cool is why I keep going to Horror Night. is because I don't necessarily like getting scared of people in my face. Like, I can deal with it at this point. I'm not ultimately afraid. But what I'm really looking for is it is cool. And last year, for Horror Nights at least, Ghostbusters was cool. Yeti was cool. Graveyard Games looked ridiculously awesome. These set designs, the sounds, everything about it is cool. And the people working on ScreamNStream are very talented. The sounds are amazing, the sets are amazing, there is some real talent from these scare actors. And that's what's really going to sell the event. Tickets right now, like I said, they're only $50 a car, and I think that's very well priced, especially for 4 people split amongst yourselves. That's great. Take it and run. These nights are going to sell out crazy once people see how cool it is, especially after the first weekend. And I already have my tickets. I have my tickets for the first night. I was a little nervous about, driving a car through this entire event because there are going to be people jumping out. Everything is distanced away from the vehicles, so don't worry about it. They are not only far enough away from your car, so that they're socially distanced, the 6 feet of course, but they are far enough away from your car so that you don't need to worry about hitting them or even veering off the track. Everything is very carefully marked and labeled, and you are 100% A-okay to drive through this haunted event. So yeah, it's a drive-through event. It's going to be a haunted drive-through. Weird concept, but this year, anything's weird at this point. We'll take what we can get and just deal with the punches, I guess. So at least it's going to be cool. It's going to be a bit spooky, and it's going to be here for over a month. But we've discussed getting there. It's a little bit out of the way. It's going to be worth the drive, though. Make the evening out of it. Go down, get some dinner, do the haunted airboat tour, do the haunted trail. It's going to be about an hour drive, so make 2 hours of it. Make some time of your experience down at Bowery Creek Airboat Adventures. If there's any other questions that we can hopefully answer about the ScreamNStream event, go ahead and leave a comment down below. We'll be more than happy to respond to anything you may ask us about the event, and whatever else too. You know what, just toss it down there. I'm also going to go ahead and leave links to the ScreamNStream ticketing right down below in the description section, whatever you want to call it, along with links to their social media so you can give them a hit, give them a follow. You want to check these guys out. What they're doing is something that's truly unique, and it really does feel special, and the amount of effort that they're pouring into this event is really going to show. If it's showing already and they're still weeks away from opening, the official end product is going to be something really cool and truly special. But hey, thanks for watching. We'll be there opening night to bring you more coverage of this brand new socially distanced haunt event. And I guess stay spooky out there. Signing out for the day. This is Brett with the Schmoofs. Thanks for watching.